Denizens of the internet, greetings and salutations. I am EpicRob and welcome to another Let's Play episode in our State of Decay series. That one sounded weird, didn't it? Fuck it, whatever. Anyways, last time when we left off, we narrowly were able to nab another Clio container. And now we've got to go help Ray do something. So, we're playing as Sam now. Because she doesn't get taken out enough. I don't mean that in like, you know, taken out as in killed or go out on dates. She's a digital character. But I don't use her as a character enough. And I feel that that's unfair because, well, Sam is one of the...
plan for getting out of this shithole. Meet us out by the pass, we'll go over it.
Huh. Well, looks like we're coming to the end of this series, ladies and gentlemen. Because that is pretty much the beginning of the finale of the game when that announcement happens. So we're going to see if we can't get things to shake out at the courthouse and do that so we can actually show you that and that one through to conclusion for the achievement, which is cool. And I think that if I do actually get to the end of the game, I might, because I still have... Oh! Get dunked on, dipshits! Because I still have a certain... The fuck? Seriously? You're fucking real? Oh, from this way too, huh? Wow. So, because I still have a certain tool installed in this game, I might do,
Hey, there's my friend.
Give it up. I might do a special bonus episode about a certain, well, hidden file that I have installed in this game because of Nexus Mod Manager. Because the Nexus got the best swag for mods in the world. Whether it's a Fallout game, whether it's this, pretty much any game. If you're looking for a good mod for it and it's a relatively popular game, Nexus, they've got it for you. And especially in terms of, like, Bethesda games, the whole Bethesda Creation Club, hashtag paid mods, hashtag DLC, community created DLC. And I get it, some modders want to get paid, but for the most part, modding was a labor of love. And for Bethesda to try and make money off other people's works... Well, fuck them. Seriously. I mean, that's just my stance on it. There are some modders who do charge for it, but chances are that the people who charge for mods are the kind of people who are making hack mods for things like Grand Theft Auto or PlayerUnknown's Battleground or Fortnite, but they're really good about the Fortnite cheating ones. I don't think I've ever actually had anything happen in Fortnite where I was like, oh, fucking hacks, man. But then again, I don't really play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, so that's another thing too. Alright, we're just gonna go see what Eric wants. Because I don't think that this is the end mission. I think it has something to do with, like, we've got to get explosives from inside a barn in a really tough spot to get to, but it's really not that bad if you actually, like, play it the right way. But needless to say, this might actually be the last episode of State of Decay. Which I will say it's actually gone a hell of a lot faster than the last time I did it. But I will do some, for funsies, action montage videos, because, with music, because, hey, who doesn't love a, like, for fun action montage video? you know, clip videos are apparently all the rage on YouTube. And, well, why wait for somebody else to make a fucking clip montage of me? I'm not interesting enough to make a clip montage of. Not by a long shot. So I'm going to end up having to do it myself. But, hey, you know what? I love DIY culture, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, not just dudes, not just dudes. I'm inclusive. I'm not exclusive. I love the whole internet. Except MLP. And it's not because you're a bunch of horse fuckers. It's because of rape and the 4chan cup.
Alright, here's the situation. This pass is the only way out of the valley, and the army clearly doesn't want us leaving anytime soon.
So, why don't we just climb it?
We don't know what's on the other side of that pass. We're going to need food, medicine, transportation. You know, the usual.
So what? We tear it down?
Ladder!
No way we can tear down this barricade by hand. Zeds would have us for breakfast before we made it 10 feet.
Can we blast our way through? What? I'm thinking outside the box.
No, I like it. It's got a certain devil-may-care panache.
Hey, panache. That's a word I am actually known for using.
Big ones.
Not on YouTube, but if you ask any of my actual, like, real-life friends who I keep trying to get into more videos, but everybody only wants to play Fortnite because it's motherfucking Fortnite. Fortnite. That's all you should care about right now is Fortnite. Everybody's Battle Royale games because Fortnite. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Battle Royale because Fortnite. It's the reason why Cliffy B's studio failed is because the motherfucker could not innovate. He just... Oh, hell no. He couldn't innovate. He just kept trying to bite off the hottest shit around at the time. And it came back and it bit him in the dick. Twice. It's like, oh, Overwatch is big. Hey, let's make a hero shooter. Lawbreakers. Then that tanks. And it's like, hey, Battle Royale is big. Let's make one of those. Radical Heights. And guess what? They both tanked because all it was a shameless cash-in. I mean, no offense, Cliffy B. You had a great production team. You had people who knew how to make some motherfucking video games. And I thought that Lawbreakers was absolutely phenomenal. I love the concept. It wasn't fucking Overwatch. It was unique. It was edgier. It was more adult. And I absolutely was 100% all in on the concepts you were presenting. But the fact that you basically just spun off somebody else's shit was why you didn't make it. And I'm sorry for that. Because you and your people deserve better. But you also brought it upon yourselves. Get off, fat boy. Anyways, forget I said any of that because that's just another one of my little mini rants that I tend to do. Because I really did like what they, you know, the concepts that they were putting out sounded absolutely. You ever have that feeling when you gotta sneeze but you can't sneeze? And then you don't sneeze and you're like, ah, my fucking nose. But that was the only reason their whole company failed. Was because they just... You know, I know we should be progressive and globalists and etc. But when you're blatantly stealing someone else's shit, just like how a certain unnamed country with one of the world's largest populations will blatantly use their technology to spy on other countries, looking at you Huawei phones, and they don't care about international copyright law or intellectual property, and they will actually advertise a product in their country as good for cheating at PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. If you haven't guessed what country it is by now, where the fuck has your head been? Up your ass for the last fucking year? It's just like, come on, guys. Have some fucking common human decency. Except, you know what? You go on LiveLeak or Documenting Reality, you realize this is the country where groups of little children will get run over in the street, and the car will just keep driving. Take that for what you will. Maybe I'm a piece of shit for saying this stuff, and I should be more culturally sensitive. But I'm sorry. The country in particular that I'm talking about has zero fucking excuses. And yes, my criticisms are harsh, and I admit that. And I admit that maybe I sound like a bigot by saying this. But come on. If I showed you some of this... I am a neutral-brained individual. If we want to talk about, like, left brain versus right brain, and... Quick example. People who play Pokemon Go. If you chose Valor, your right brain, Mystic, your left brain, Instinct, your middle brain. Without looking anything up. Just what you chose based on what you felt. And what you thought was the best team mission. Instinct. So I like to use a little bit more than just my emotional side or my analytical side to determine things. And guess what? It means that everybody fucking hates me. And that's a generalization. I don't think that every single person in the world is like, oh, Rob, you can go fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit. No, I don't think in that regard of everyone hates me. But the fact that the hardliners will never listen to what I have to say simply because I think differently than they do. And I will admit that I do argue the logical fallacy of the middle ground more often than not, but not to the extent that there's always a middle ground and each side needs to suffer a little bit. No, there are ways to make positive change through compromise. It's just a matter of finding it and just figuring it out, you know? Sit down and just figure it out. Use your fucking brain. Figure it out. Anyways, that's just another one of my fucking... I don't know what it is, but lately I've been on rant mode, and I'm sorry that you guys are the butt of it. Maybe I should have a fucking podcast instead of a Let's Play channel. How about that? What about a Let's Cast? How you like the sound of that shit? It's a podcast and a Let's Play at the same time. Where I'll get somebody else in on the mic and you'll be sitting here and be talking some shit.
Come with me. I've got an idea. Now, for lucky, when the troops pulled out, they left behind anything too heavy to carry. Maybe including artillery shells. If they did, the ammo would be in this warehouse. There's just one problem.
Let me guess. Hordes of shrieking, ravenous undead?
Congratulations. You're less of a fuck-up than some 4-star generals I know.
Savage. Well, with that, we have officially started the last quest. I don't know, I could swear there was something else that was supposed to happen with the law, but maybe I'm high on crack. That's not true, I don't do crack.
So damn tired.
I will blatantly admit that I smoke the ganja, and that I drink alcohol, and I smoke cigarettes. Which, by the way, cigarettes are probably one of the most damaging things out there. I got into them in my youth because, you know, if you smoke cigarettes... I'm a product of the 1980s. Growing up, 80s culture was my life. You know, John Carpenter movies, Patrick Swayze films, like Roadhouse, The Thing, Escape from New York, etc. That was me growing up. Like, dude, these are the fucking bomb. Like Jaws. And don't get me wrong, I love old school, like Godzilla and Toho films and stuff like that. And it's really kind of hard to tell you everything about myself and, like, the forms of media that have influenced me in a major way. Because guess what? Even Britney Spears and Lady Gaga influenced me in a little bit of a way. And I know for, like, a lot of my friends who... Chuck's a goth kid at heart. Jacob... Truthfully, I don't really know what Jacob is at heart. You know, he actually... I think he's an intellectual deep down, but he doesn't like to tell people he's an intellectual. Nell, I would suppose, is spiritualist. My friend Steven is a socialist. At least he calls himself one, but at the same time, I don't think if the government came knocking on his door saying that they needed to take his stuff for the purpose of the betterment of the government and the people as a whole, that he'd be too willing to give it up. That's an ongoing discussion that he and I have been having for about 3.5 years now. One of which we will never see eye to eye on, because the idea of putting one all-powerful organization in charge of everything is simply something that I consider asinine. And the idea that one should give up their personal freedoms. I suppose that, if I haven't said this before, I think I have in a couple of videos. And this might sound insane to some people. I am an anarchist. And by that, I don't mean the media's definition of anarchist, who's all about, you know, light the Molotov, throw it through the business's window, throw it through the church's window, burn it all down, fuck everything, yeah, chaos, kind of anarchy. No, I'm more of a traditional anarchist who believes that there should be no regulation on pursuing goals. If you think a goal is worth pursuing, fuck what anyone else has to say, and just try and friggin' do it. Like, if you want to become a YouTube Let's Player, like I do right now, then fucking do it, you know? Put in the time and effort. This is another example of why you shouldn't consume alcohol while playing video games, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we've run out of time for this episode. In the next episode, we will be doing the finale of this. We are literally at the end of State of Decay. And it actually went a lot faster than I thought. And I'm glad you guys have been here with me for, you know, reliving 5-year-old memories of a point in my life where I was sort of doing a little bit better, but at the same time, I was kind of a really major piece of shit. You can ask my friend Robert Bell about that one. He's not on, he doesn't play games. He's got a girlfriend, and I'm not gonna lie, they are the absolute most adorable couple. Like, of all my couple friends, like Chuck and Nell, actually, you know what? Well, my mom and her boyfriend. Back before my father's side of the family excommunicated me, him and his girlfriend, my friends Marie and Trevor. Out of all of them, I think that Rob and Paige are probably the cutest couple, and they are meant for each other. Like, I'm not going to explain anything about it because it's none of your fucking business as to, you know, why I think these two are so perfect for each other. But, zombie! Oh! Oh! Hell yeah! Saved by my teammates. But I'll tell you what, those two, I'm glad they found each other. I mean, I lived with Belle for about a year, and that boy got treated like shit by some chicks. Maybe he brought one of them, both of them on himself. But I'm glad that he's finally found someone. But anyways, that little rant aside, it's time to end. So until next time, Dennis in the Internet, if you liked what you saw today, go ahead, hit that like button, leave me a positive comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more things that you might enjoy. On the opposite side of the spectrum, if you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button. Leave me a comment telling me why I suck and I can go fuck myself. And hit the notification button, or hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to have more things to get pissed off and mad at me about. And if you were completely indifferent to this, good for you. Because you know what? If this doesn't impact you, there's not much meaningful content here. Not in terms of social dialogue, not in terms of gameplay. I didn't do shit. I ran around a fucking area for like 20 minutes. The fuck did I do? So, you know, that's cool too. I actually kind of appreciate you a little bit more if you're indifferent to it. Because you're not sheep. Till next time, though. Peace. And I'm not gonna get killed. I learned that with Marcus, and I haven't fucked it up since.